I watched an automated attack dismantle a secure network instantly. You are relying on static defenses that AI completely destroys. The counterintuitive strategy global intelligence uses will keep you safe. Corporate security is stuck in the dark ages right now. Companies spend billions on static firewalls and employee training programs. They assume hackers are human operators working from laptops in basements. This is exactly how 95% of businesses operate today. They patch vulnerabilities on a weekly schedule and pray nobody finds a backdoor. But adversarial AI does not sleep or take breaks. It scans entire global networks relentlessly. It runs thousands of automated permutations per second against every known security protocol. The old methods are like putting a wooden fence in front of a freight train. The shift happens faster than anyone expects. The Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance just issued a massive warning. Agencies across the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand confirmed that new AI models have drastically lowered the barrier to entry for catastrophic cyberattacks. You no longer need a team of elite engineers to orchestrate a ransomware campaign. Malicious actors are weaponizing open-weight models to write polymorphic malware. This code actually changes its own structure every time it executes to evade detection. Standard antivirus software looks for known signatures, so it completely ignores these shifting threats. A single attacker can now launch 10,000 highly targeted phishing campaigns simultaneously. The scale of this threat forced a massive systemic failure. And the intelligence community had to adapt immediately. Fighting machines with human operators is a guaranteed losing strategy. The paradigm shifted from reactive patching to autonomous proactive defense. The intelligence playbook now mandates fighting AI with AI. Instead of waiting for a breach, they deploy continuous red teaming agents. These are benign AI models that constantly attack their own host networks looking for weaknesses. The moment a vulnerability is discovered by the friendly AI, the system automatically writes and deploys a patch without any human intervention. This turns security from a static wall into a living organism that evolves every single minute. The speed of response drops from days to milliseconds. Organizations adopting this are seeing impossible metrics. Wait until you hear the actual recovery numbers. The survival rate skyrockets when autonomous defenses take over networks. Companies that implemented continuous AI red teaming reduced their critical breach incidents by 82% in a single quarter. When an automated threat attempts to deploy polymorphic malware, the defensive AI intercepts the novel code and isolates it in a sandbox environment. It reverse engineers the attack vector in real time. Because the defensive model understands the logic behind the attack, it neutralizes the threat globally across the network instantly. Businesses are no longer paralyzed by zero-day exploits because their infrastructure heals itself. The gap between the winners and losers in this era is entirely about adaptation speed. Replicating this strategy is surprisingly straightforward. You can implement this exact intelligence-grade framework starting today. The first step is abandoning manual penetration testing schedules entirely. You must integrate an automated AI vulnerability scanner into your daily pipeline. Tools built on advanced reasoning models can audit your codebase and network architecture 24 hours a day. Next, you establish zero-trust protocols managed by machine learning algorithms. This means every user and device is continuously authenticated based on behavioral patterns, not just passwords. If an employee account suddenly attempts to access sensitive data at unusual speeds, the system flags it as an AI-driven takeover and severs the connection. This layered autonomous defense is mandatory for survival. But there is a silent risk nobody is calculating yet. The arms race is moving toward completely localized offline attacks. The warning from the Five Eyes Alliance highlights that threat actors are running uncensored AI models on local hardware. They do not rely on cloud APIs, meaning they cannot be shut down by companies like OpenAI or Google. These localized models are being trained on leaked corporate databases to generate hyper-personalized social engineering attacks against specific executives. They synthesize voice patterns and replicate internal email writing styles perfectly. Defensive AI can stop malicious code, but stopping human manipulation requires a fundamentally different architecture. The cost of failing to understand this dynamic is total operational collapse. The next phase of this conflict is already unfolding in the shadows. If you want to survive the autonomous threats of tomorrow, subscribe and hit